Hi everyone. So as I have explained in my previous video, with Pluto in Aquarius, people are rebelling against dictators and technocrats to reclaim their power. There are too many protests around the world to keep track of all of them, without our human mind and nervous system to get overloaded. And also with the South Node in Virgo, it's like the fact don't matter anymore. How can a society function when no one can agree on what's true or false? So to answer this, normally we would look at Mercury. Mercury, who is about problem solving and fact checking, is now in Sagittarius until the 19th of November. Mercury is the planet of communication, thought processes, and logic. On the contrary, Sagittarius energy is about inspiration, optimism, and being broad-minded. Traveling, physically or mentally traveling. So you might want to go out and enjoy freedom more than usual at this time. This is also a good time to learn about foreign cultures, ancient knowledge, and to study religious manuscripts. The thing is, Mercury is in detriment in Sagittarius. So it doesn't like to be in this sign because it's as far away from his home here in Gemini. So yeah, it's as far as away from its home as it can be. So Mercury doesn't like to be there. He would rather be in Virgo also. So Mercury wants to be in Gemini where it gathers all the facts. It also likes to be in Virgo, where it can organize and categorize data and discern between useful information and empty words. But Sagittarius cares about the big picture, not the details. That's why it's associated with philosophy and religion. And so there is a mismatch between Mercury and Sagittarius, between Mercury and Sagittarius. There is a disconnect because if you ask too many questions about religious belief, people will feel uncomfortable since it's about having faith and not needing to be logical. Or most likely, it's more convenient to gloss over the details. This is why Mercury in Sag tends to exaggerate, to be argumentative, to miss or avoid the facts, to loudly speak its opinion over what's factual. Plus, Mercury is now, as you can see, retrograding. Today on the 10th and then tomorrow on the 11th of November at 6 degrees of Sagittarius. And therefore, it is difficult to discern what's false from what's real at this time. And topics of the Sagittarius house of your chart can feel a bit erratic, and things could be about to turn around this week. When Mercury changes direction, it's when we feel it the most. And now a challenge seems to get worse, or there is an ongoing crisis that needs to be reassessed. And Mercury retrograde means that something has not been finished. There is a need to repeat in order to resolve an area of our lives. Once Mercury will turn direct again on the 29th of November, our mindset and way of thinking will have shifted or been readjusted, and we will be making progress forward with a clearer state of mind and a more effective system of communicating, learning, and sharing information with others. Also, it's worth noting that Mercury is going to retrograde down into Scorpio, and then it's going to stop at 20 degrees of Scorpio where he will station and then go back direct again. And so that means that the retrograde, the thing that you are going to redo or review, is going to be in two houses of your chart. So if you're a Gemini, it's going to be in your sixth house and your seventh house. So to do with like your, let's say your daily routine and your work on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes even your health and your relationships with others. Or if you're Virgo, it's going to be to do with your third house, your siblings, your neighbors. Maybe if you're doing a course or travel, every day, like the transport that you take in your area where you live, and also your home and your family. So you have to look at the Sagittarius house and the Mercury house of your chart to see where this Mercury retrograde is happening. Also, as you can see here at the bottom of this chart in Sagittarius, this week there is also an irritating Mars and Mercury retrograde conjunction in Sagittarius. So Mercury is going to go backward and then they will be together, Mars and Mercury. And that means to beware of your words, because this combination can have you say out loud things that you may later regret. Because also in a fire sign, it's going to be difficult to not blurt out a truth or your honest opinion. And the issue is that with Mars and Mercury, those words would cut and someone could get hurt. And obviously, we don't want that. So, best to be conscious of this as to avoid getting into an argument and to vent any anger or restlessness via an healthy outlet. Like running, exercising, breathing, whatever works out for you. So it could be people around you who are easily triggered and more reactive than usual when it comes to express their thoughts about you. Yeah, and Mars Mercury is also about disclosure and whistleblowing. For example, here in the UK, there is an avalanche of secrets and information about how those in authority they are using manipulating lies to gain control over our freedom, such as what is happening about the plans to implement digital ID without people consent. The good news about this week is that Jupiter is still in Cancer, and as you see, there's a S here, so that means that now it's stationed and is retrograding. And when a planet is retrograding, when the planet is stationed, then the planet effects are more felt, they are more powerful. And so, because Jupiter is exalted, what that means is that Jupiter is retrograding and it is still benefiting and protecting us in Cancer. So we can be looking forward to it. Okay, so thanks for watching my video, and then good luck with this week, Mars, and count to 10 and stay peaceful. Take care and bye for now.